The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney. Mike, happy signing day to you. And what a weird one.
I'm smiling like crazy, but you can't see it because of the mask.
This is an interesting day. Certainly felt a lot quieter than most signing days that we've had in the past. What has this been like doing recruiting in the middle of a pandemic where you're more like a first-year program than one of the storied Division IIs out there?
It's been really different in a sense of you're just kind of like going through, we didn't even know whether high schools were going to play. We didn't get to play. So, you're kind of late going to games, and some kids, even like North Carolina, they didn't even play high school football. Virginia didn't play high school football. So there's a lot of areas out there that didn't play, like South Florida played late. So it was just really different, just kind of getting out there, whether you get to evaluate kids this year or not. So it really has been a different year.
Talking to your assistants, it felt like the effort, and it had to be, far more targeted this year, just because of you're not losing anybody.
That's correct. Because you're going into the season, really, when we're kind of stacking on top of last year's class is what you do. And so one big thing for us has been really kind of make sure that we can space out our roster to put our program in position to have success over a long period of time. And so we want to make sure that we found the right guys, but we didn't, add too much onto this class where we couldn't recruit down the road.
You bring that up, really. I mean, your first class, February of last year, was a 44-member class. You had the 20 that you had today. Really 64 new bodies into the program. How tough is it or easy is it to address needs that may or may not exist yet?
Yeah, and I think that's your thing targeted. We were fortunate enough to kind of go through the fall and see some areas that we kind of needed to add a little bit more depth or find another guy or, okay, well, this guy's just going to be here for another semester, so we need to go ahead and kind of get a guy here now. So that's what we mean by targeted.
Anybody stick out in this class that you're really happy about locking down?
We're really excited overall. We've got a couple quarterbacks. We've got senior quarterbacks to make sure that we can kind of push ourselves forward in that position over the future. D-line is always an area, you're always looking for those guys. And anytime you can find a defensive lineman you feel good about, then you want to take them. And linebackers, the area where down the road we know we're going to need depth there. Just trying to add a couple guys in this class that'll kind of push us over the future too.
Typically this time we're looking forward to games that are 6 months away. Not 6 weeks away. How does that impact how you're always recruiting? There's typically some more guys that'll enter into the program over the next few months, and then in May. How does the fact that you're playing on March 13th impact the recruiting plans for the rest of this year?
I think this kind of gives me an opportunity to brag on our coaches because we've had to do a really good job of multitasking. We're practicing in the fall, and right now we've practiced the last couple of weeks. We've got to get prepared for practice while we're recruiting. With a pandemic going on, we try to get as many guys in as we could during the week, do recruiting visits on the weekend, have practice during the week. So it's been really wild, and our coaches have done a great job of multitasking, handling that, being respectful and communicating with recruits and making sure that we can keep the guys that's here a priority.
Mike, pleasure as always. We'll talk to you here in 6 weeks once we're actually playing.
Looking forward to it.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Clowney. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.